Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. My name is Katie and I am a minimalist and a first-time mum. And in honour of my 30th birthday, which was a couple of weeks ago, and I'll put a link to the vlog of what we did and what I got here, I have made my top 30 life-changing lessons list to share all my top tips about how to be a minimalist, how to declutter, how to live a more simple life, and how to be more environmentally and financially sustainable. So grab yourself a nice cup of tea or cup of coffee. I have coffee, and let's get into my top 30 life-changing lessons. Lesson 1 is you have too much stuff and organising it is not going to fix your problems, decluttering will. And lesson number 2 is to always declutter first and then buy organisational stuff second. There's no point going out and buying loads of organisational and storage items before you declutter, because those items will then become clutter once you have decluttered. So always declutter first. Lesson 3 is to always start decluttering your home by decluttering your bedroom first. I've said it in a couple of other videos, but decluttering your bedroom first is the best way to start on any sort of decluttering journey, because it's the room that you wake up in first and it's the room you go to, like, you're in last at night. So if you are waking up in a room that's decluttered, that's stress-free, that's calm, it not only invigorates you every single morning, but it gives you the motivation to keep going every single day with the decluttering journey, especially if you have a lot to declutter. So always declutter your bedroom first. Lesson 4 is that you can do both big, huge house declutters and declutter as you live. You can do both systems. You don't have to do one or the other. Both work, and actually I would recommend doing both, because your day-to-day activities show you where you can simplify things with your routines, and you're more likely to feel the day-to-day benefit of decluttering if you're decluttering as you live. But the big, huge whole house declutters, and again I'll link a couple of mine here, they are really good at making sure that you're maintaining a minimalist lifestyle and hidden clutter is not building up in the background. Lesson number 5 is that the easiest way to get your family to declutter, which is a question that gets asked often, is to declutter yourself and your own possessions first. Now, this means very practically decluttering your makeup, your clothes, your trinkets, but also if you are responsible for a certain area or a certain role in the house. For example, you're the person in your house that does all the cooking and is responsible for doing the food shopping and anything to do with the kitchen. That kitchen then becomes part of your stuff because you are responsible for it. So the easiest way to get your family on board, decluttering your own stuff, your own areas of responsibility first, and you will be surprised at how quickly it rubs off on others. Lesson number 6 is that if you have a loft, a garage, a storage unit, or maybe a shed with boxes that you haven't opened for however many years since you moved into your home, then you just need to declutter them. You're not going to open them, you're not going to miss what's inside it if you've never opened it again, so the best thing is to just declutter it. Number 7 is that big life changes become so much easier if you have decluttered, especially moving house. If you're going to be moving house, you have got to declutter. It's almost a given now. But having a baby, getting married, maybe starting a new job or a new career, getting rid of the physical and mental clutter around you makes these changes so much simpler, so much easier, and just takes away some of that other life stress so that you can fully embrace the new opportunities. Lesson number 8, again, I will be putting some videos about this up on my channel in the coming weeks because we are going on holiday ourselves. But packing and traveling as a minimalist who don't bring as much stuff as other people is so much easier, and especially if you have a family. So if you're interested in seeing how a minimalist packs and what a minimalist holiday looks like, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I'll have those videos on my channel very soon. Lesson number 9, which is very appropriate for this time of year because I will see, and you will see, lots of content about this coming up, is about seasonal decor. And you don't need to buy seasonal decor to enjoy the new season. You don't. Everyone will be putting out autumn decor videos, but that's not what autumn is about. It's about changes in temperature, going outside and actually appreciating the days getting shorter, the temperature dropping, the leaves changing, and you don't need to go and do a B&M haul of seasonal decor to enjoy the new season. Lesson number 10 is that being a minimalist or having a more minimalist lifestyle doesn't mean that you can't receive gifts anymore. Actually, what it means is that you appreciate your gifts much, much more, and what you class as a gift might change and might become more simpler. So they're not these big, fancy, expensive, over-the-top things. They're more simple, they're more practical, they're more day-to-day things which other people might not consider a gift, but I would always consider anything that I am given by somebody else a gift. And this Christmas, I'm asking for very simple things that I know I'm going to love and enjoy, like some spring bulbs for the garden that I can plant in winter and enjoy next spring. So don't feel like you can't ever have any gifts or you must always choose experiences over gifts. What you class as a gift might change as a minimalist, but you appreciate them almost more when you don't have as much. The next life-changing lesson that I learnt as a minimalist is that once you go down this path of simplifying, of decluttering, of letting go, it really does bleed into every single aspect of your life, and it might change you as a person, but that's totally okay, especially if you're going to be living life according to your real, true values. You're going to be living a more authentic version of yourself, and letting go of some clothes might not seem like a big deal, but once you have let go of all the clutter in your life, you've let go of using debt, you've let go of filling your calendar so much that it makes you stressed, it really does change your life. And my next lesson is on a similar veins, but I don't feel like I actually live that much of a different life sort of on the outside to everybody else. But on the inside is where it really does make a difference. And I hope I portray that in my videos on my channel. This is what my channel is about. It's about showing you that having a more minimalist lifestyle, having a simple life, being more sustainable both in terms of the environment and financially, doesn't have to look different. You don't have to go to these extremes, but the benefits and on the inside, it really does make a difference. You know, I'm not stressed. I don't feel any pressure or guilt around money because I have no debt. I wake up and I don't have this overwhelming sense of a to-do list on front of me. I get to choose how I spend every day. I am really passionate about caring for nature, being more environmentally friendly. And I just really feel like I don't, on the outside, and I hope I show you this, it doesn't look any different, but on the inside, it really does feel very different in a positive way. So my next set of lessons are really about how I maintain and live a more simple life, and hopefully some of these tips and lessons will help you too. So the 13th tip in my list, I think I'm on 13, is a rule that we live by in this house, which has really, really helped. And it's the make the decision once rule. Now, I think I heard this on the Greg McKeown podcast originally. I think that's right. But it's essentially a way to reduce mental clutter throughout the week. And as a full-time working mum of a very chatty and lively 14-month-old baby girl who does content creation on the side and also makes time for hobbies, friends and family, and I do try to kind of do it all, the make the decision once rule is life-changing. So, some examples of ways we have implemented the make the decision once rule. At the beginning of the week, we do our food shop. We make the decision then and there what we're going to have for breakfast every single day of that week. It will change week to week, but for this week, we have decided we are going to have this for breakfast. We make that decision once at the beginning of the week, and then we just follow that rule. So every single morning, I know what I'm having for breakfast because I made that decision already. And when I have 50 other decisions to make, taking away that one decision of what I'm having for breakfast reduces my mental load tenfold. And it also is around all other parts of life. Ooh, dog. So I made the decision once a few months ago that every time I get dressed, I make my bed. And that's it. That's the rule. I made that decision once. I live by the rule. It happens automatically as a habit now. And you can also do these things of, habit stacking, like it mentions in the book Atomic Habits, which is one of my favourite books. It's just making that decision once and then just sticking to it. And it really reduces mental load. There's lots of different areas that you can implement this rule in your life. Those are a couple of ways that we implement it on ours. I really encourage you to do the same. And lesson 14, I'm going to say it again, is make your bed every single day. I make mine when I get dressed. I get dressed every single day, unless I'm really unwell. And then I don't leave bed, so I don't need to make it. But making my bed every single day is just the easiest way to set myself up for a win. It makes my bedroom feel tidy, even if there are other things out of place. And it's just a really simple and easy, effective way to have a quick win at the beginning of the day, set yourself up, and it's lovely to get into a properly made bed at the end of the day to really relax and unwind. So yeah, make your bed every single day. And lesson 15, again, I mentioned it in a previous point, but meal planning makes life so much easier. My mother-in-law could not believe how organised we were when she came to our house and we did our food shop a few years ago, because me and Scott, every week we sit down, we plan exactly what we're going to have for breakfast, lunch and dinner for ourselves and for Olivia. We write it all down in just a note in my phone, and we have a blackboard now that we like to write it on as well. And again, it's that make decision once mentality. We make the decision, we know what we're having for dinner. We never have a conversation, we never have that what's for dinner tonight conversation. We have that once at the beginning of the week. It's done, it's decided. When we do our food shopping, we make sure we check all of our cupboards first so we don't overly overbuy food. We're using food up before it goes off as well, which helps reduce costs. And yeah, meal planning and shopping your cupboards first, it just is a staple of living a more sustainable, simple and budget-friendly life. Rule number 16 completely flipped my attitude toward my wardrobe and really turned a corner around clothes. And that is, if you don't remember what somebody was wearing yesterday, they won't remember what you're wearing either. So never be afraid to outfit repeat. If you're going into the office every day, have a real think. Do you actually remember what the person you were sitting next to was wearing? Because I genuinely doubt that you do. And the reality is they probably won't ever remember what you're wearing either. So outfit repeating, wearing the same outfit for a few days or a couple of days in a row, no one cares. And you really don't need to wear a new outfit every single day or for every single occasion. And rule number 17, again, is along the wardrobe line, and that having a smaller wardrobe seems like it would be more restrictive. But actually, having a capsule wardrobe, having only clothes in your wardrobe that you love and that fit you, actually makes you more confident and more comfortable in your own clothes, rather than having a wardrobe full of stuff that you don't know if it even fits you, you've never worn it, you don't know what pairs with what. All of that gets taken away, and having a smaller wardrobe really does give you more choice, makes you more confident and more comfortable. Lesson number 18 is that buying secondhand things is brilliant, it's great, but it might not always be the best choice for you. We bought loads of stuff secondhand for our daughter Olivia when I was pregnant, or like all of her clothes and a lot of her toys, and like our pram that was secondhand. But for myself, I don't buy secondhand clothes. I went through a phase where I did buy secondhand clothes and off Vinted, and yes, they're much cheaper. Yes, it's instead of clothes being recycled or just thrown away, they are giving a new lease of life. That's great, but I bought loads of clothes. I spent money on them, spent time, spent energy, spent effort. They arrived, they didn't really fit. There's no point sending back something back that's like cost me £2 and it's going to cost me £6 to send back. And there's also, all the energy that it takes to send it back, both in terms of my energy and then like resource as well. And then I ended up donating them anyway. So what I have learned is that if I can't try something on, I don't buy it. So I don't buy secondhand clothes if I can't try them on. So I don't shop on Vinted. I do for Olivia, but not for myself. And yeah, sometimes buying something new isn't the awful thing that everyone makes out, especially if you're intentional with your choices and you buy something new and you wear it for again and again and again for years and years and years. It actually might be the better way to go than buying something secondhand, it not really fitting you, and having to donate it anyway. Lesson number 19 is that being genuinely intentional about your purchases really does free up any sort of guilt around money, and having an intentional spending plan is really a really good way of making sure that what you're spending your money on is going to things that you truly love and truly enjoy. So you've really got to be thinking about buying stuff with intention and purpose and stop impulse buying. And rule number 20 is that being on a budget, living below your means and avoiding debt are the most simple way to build genuine wealth and to genuinely change your financial life. Rule number 21 is that being grateful for what you have, the life you lead, the friends and the family who are genuinely there for you, is the easiest way to be content with life. And you should never forget the simple things to be grateful for, like waking up in your own bed with clean bedding, because some people genuinely don't do that. Practicing gratitude every day is vital to being content. Rule number 22, or lesson number 22 that I've learned, is that gardening or being out in nature is the best way to nurture your soul. Nurturing plants, appreciating the season, it really is the best way to heal your soul, to get back to nature and to really appreciate the fleeting nature of life. Lesson number 23 is when you start to live a more sustainable life, both in terms of financial sustainability, but primarily environmentally sustainable lifestyle, you will really start to notice absurd things that happen in every single day life that other people think are completely normal, which they are just absurd. For example, people buying unflavoured, still bottled water from a supermarket every single week to drink. That is absurd. Like tap water, just get a filter, that's absolutely fine. But people genuinely buy 50 bottles of plain water that are all in plastic bottles each, then the whole thing is wrapped in plastic a few times. And they do that every single week. And that is absurd. That is an absurd amount of waste, an absurd waste of money, and plastic waste. And it's these sort of things that once you really start to take on being more environmentally friendly, you see more and more examples of. And it's a good reminder that if you're not conscious of how you're living, then, society will choose for you, and society's way of doing things isn't always the best. Lesson number 24 is again on the sustainability theme, and that is that you can always do more for the planet. So you just have to start somewhere, and no one is perfect, so you don't have to be either. And rule number 25 is that reusable products are so amazing, and they are really the best thing, not only for your home, but for the environment and for your wallet. They reduce clutter, they reduce your mental load because you're not thinking, oh, this has to run out, now I have to replace it. No, you just reuse it again and again and again. It reduces less waste, which is great for the environment. So if you can choose reusable, do it. So we're on the last 5 lessons from my 30 top lessons of being a minimalist, living a simple lifestyle and living more sustainably. And if you have liked the video so far, please do give it a thumbs up and a like, and comment what your favourite tip is so far, or if you have some other tips that I haven't thought of. And please do give my channel a subscribe. It would really mean the world to me. It's free and it really helps me out. Lesson number 26 is that cleaning products are full of horrible toxins. So choosing environmentally friendly products in bulk not only saves money, but it also, again, reduces that mental clutter because you don't run out for a really long time. And it's the easiest way to make your home healthier and safer, especially if you have pets and children, because you're getting rid of all the toxic things in your home. Okay, rule number 27, and it's something that my boyfriend Scott, if he ever watches this video, needs to take on board. It's that cleaning and tidying are separate and different things, but both can be much easier and much more simple when you have decluttered. Lesson number 28 is, like decluttering, living a simple lifestyle and being more sustainable takes practice. It takes years of budgeting to really be comfortable with your numbers. You have to tweak it all the time. You can't just set it once and forget about it. Decluttering takes practice. You might have to go over your house 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times before you really feel comfortable with the amount of belongings that you have, and you feel like you really have got rid of all the clutter. And it's a conscious choice that you have to continue to make with all of these things. Eventually it does become a habit, it becomes a lifestyle choice, but you always have to be consciously choosing these things, and it's a good way to just remind yourself to keep going. You have to always choose something better, and after a while it does become a lifestyle, but you still have to be making choices. And lesson number 29 is something that's really something I've really taken on board in the last year, and especially the last sort of 6 months or so. And that is, when you stop caring about other people's opinions or other people judging you so much, you really free yourself and you're able to do things for yourself and find new opportunities that will improve your life. And for me, that means once I let go of other people's opinions, it gave me the confidence to really start my YouTube channel, and it also gave me the confidence to be able to tell people I have a YouTube channel without feeling embarrassed or like I was being a weirdo. So letting go of other people's opinions really can transform your life. And my last lesson, and thank you if you have got this far into the video, is that being a minimalist, having a simplified home, being financially stable and sustainable, and having a toxic-free and environmentally friendly environment has been my saviour as a first-time mum. And I genuinely don't know how other people manage to cope when they don't live a lifestyle like that, because having zero clutter, my cleaning products being safe and non-toxic for my baby, being able to dedicate time and energy to her because I'm not overwhelmed and stressed by my environment, genuinely makes me the best mum that I can be. And I have zero mum guilt whenever I'm doing anything for myself, because I know I am giving my absolute everything and my best to my child. And it really is because we've decluttered, because we are minimalists, and we have a more sustainable and simple lifestyle, that I'm able to do that. So I hope some of those tips were helpful for you. Again, a like and a comment and subscribe would be so appreciated for my channel. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if we do, I'm going to do a live house tour and Q&A, and also maybe rap with me or something if I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So I really do appreciate everybody that's already subscribed, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.